Thousands of people are on the streets in Iraq to protest against the government. We have live pictures from the town of Fallujah. There you go, a mass rally taking place there. Many from the minority Sunni Muslim community accuse the Shia Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki of discrimination and refusing to share power. Omar Al-Saleh is on the line for us from RAMADI. And Omar, we can see huge crowds there in Fallujah. What's happening where you are in RAMADI?
Well, what's happening now, the Friday sermon is over and the protesters and the faithful, I should say, are performing their Friday prayers. I estimate the numbers to be around 40 to 50,000 people, maybe even beyond, because the people stretch as far as the eye can see. And the main point, the speaker, the Imam of Anbar, he's a prominent Sunni scholar. He made several points and referenced directly to the Prime Minister of Iraq, Nouri al-Maliki. He's accusing him of targeting Sunnis. He's accusing him of injustice against Sunnis. And he's calling on the government to release all Sunni prisoners, including female prisoners. Now, another interesting point is that, I don't know if you can hear now, the prayers are over and the protesters are chanting, Allahu Akbar, or God is the greatest. The final point that the Imam was mentioning, that the injustice is not only happening on Sunnis themselves, but also on some Shias. So he's calling on other Shias to join this protest. He said this protest is beyond being staged by one sect, but rather by many Iraqis. And final point that I thought was interesting, the scholar called on the Iraqi army not to intervene. He did address the commanders of the Iraqi army to take a role model of the Egyptian army during their revolution when they didn't crack down on the protesters. So very interesting scenes here in RAMADI, and I can see now some angry chants, thousands of Iraqi flags, and it's basically now a kind of a festival turned into a festival, really. I see people dancing and people chanting, and of course, they are not forgetting their main demand.
Now, Omar, are the protests largely peaceful at the moment? Are there concerns that it could descend into the sectarian conflict that we saw between 2005 and 2007?
I really couldn't hear your question. If you can ask your question again, please.
Are the protests peaceful at the moment, Omar?
Yes, they are. And the organizers of the protests have, of course, been going on for the last week or so. In the last 2 days, they've been the biggest. The organizers are very keen on keeping this protest peaceful. One of the organizers was telling his friend that we came out not to fight, although we can fight, but we want this to be a peaceful protest, and we want this to extend to reach other parts of Iraq. And they're inviting on other sects of this country to join in, including the Shia Arabs, of course, and the ethnic Kurds.
Okay, Omar, thank you. We'll leave it there for now. Omar Al-Saleh on the phone for us from RAMADI, where the protests continue.